So I guess what you've got is the ability to be able to create one order on the table, and you can keep recalling it and adding to it if you want. So therefore you only have one order. If you wanted to see the total very quickly, you could probably go and select the table number and recall it. It was actually table number 3, so we can recall that. And you can see all the different orders in there. Although having said that, I've just noticed that there is a black line going across the screen as you save it, so we can see there that the filet mignon for $24 was the last thing ordered, and notice how it's put a line under there. So then you could just go and do a normal sale, and then come back, press the button and recall the order. And you can keep adding to it. Noticing that this line is going across the page. So one of the areas that I was concerned with was getting a little bit lost in between what you've already served half an hour ago compared to what you're now serving, when somebody's come up to the bar or whatever for another meal or another drink or whatever. So by looking at that line there, you can very quickly see that was the one 5 minutes ago, and now you're up to a new order. So as you press the store button, you'll be able to keep adding to it. So that's how you. But just to recap, we've opened a new order. So we basically can type the table number in here, go dry till, and that opens us up to be able to start a tab off. We can then recall that tab by selecting the tab number and the recall order button, and those are the two quick ways to be able to deal with adding orders to the tab. In addition to that, we just press the store button to save it, and then that gets added on to the store. If we want to really quickly recall an order, and let's imagine we're doing it this way, where we're just simply working off the one order for the table, we can very quickly go along and select table number 1, which for tab number 1, which I know happens to be only one order. Press the recall stored order by table button, and that's going to show us the total order that they have so far. So they're currently up to $41. So as with anything in computers, there's multiple ways to be able to achieve that. So let's just go in there now, and I'll just show you some workings in the if you don't want to go that way and use the multiple orders from within the till, here is how we do that. So we already know how to add them, but what we want to do is merge them together. So what we can do is we can see here that this tab has one order, but this tab has 4 orders. So what we can do is, and incidentally the system's quite clever, you can even merge tabs. So if you wanted to, this guy were friends and they've decided to join the party and just pay the bill all together, what you can do is you can actually select those two and click on the arrows down here, and you can separate the tab. Alternatively, you can also you can just divide the tab into the number of users as well. So let's imagine that this was the tab that was being operated here. What you can do is you can select, as the icon show, one tab into many. So we know that the total for this bill is $258.50. We can say, look, they've all said, look, we just want to divide the bill up into 3 or 4 or however many people were sitting at the table. So what you can do is you can select that and then go and add the number of people. You can even auto split by the markers, so you can add a split and then start dividing the orders up into different areas. But look, we'll get to that later. You can have a play around with that We'll just jump out of there, but what I do want to show you is the ability to be able to merge the checks. So what we need to do is we can only merge this one because there's 4 invoices on that, 4 dockets on that bill. You can't do it for the other 3 because they're all only one bill. But basically what we do is we click on the bill to open it, and then what we do is you can see across the top there that we've got the 4 different order numbers, and what we do is we click on the plus button here, this one here, because we want to be able to merge the bills together, and then we click back onto the bill that we're talking about, and we'll get the message to say that has been. But the only downside is you need to merge each one individually. So we'll notice now we've got down to 3 bills. So if we click on that tab, we then go and click on the add invoices together, add dockets together. We then get asked what table, so we click on the table again. It's a bit of a process, but nevertheless it can be done. Okay, so that's just merged the next one, so that brings it down to 2 bills. So we click on the tab button. Maybe this is something that could be done in the quiet period when there's a little bit of a lull in the bar or in the restaurant, and you could just go and merge all the bills while it's quiet. Dear, oh dear. Click on that, and that will have merged our bills into the one bill. Okay, so we have the one bill there. So that's table number 4. Now don't forget that's 187.50, so we could then go back to our theory, close the button down there, and go back to our theory and go table number 4. So we click up in here and we press table number 4 and recall that order, and it's going to be some almighty order, and you would still be able to add on it. So we've recalled that order, so getting back to our original theory, and then we can add more things to it and then store it again. So by merging all of the invoices together, that still doesn't mean that you can't go and create additional invoices or add to the invoice or add to the order, the main mega order that you've already had, and you can see the markers in there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick session on tabs and tables, and thanks very much for your time. Have a great day. Bye for now.